You must be sheltering in place right now. Well, as a family, perhaps you are having some challenges like most people, some challenges with the shelter in place thing. Your children are there, they're trying to study, they're distracted. You're at home, you're trying to work. You become distracted. Distractions can lead into emotional outbursts and difficulty focusing. I understand that, and you understand that. You and your student children may be having some rough patches, you may be some conflicts, some difficulties actually managing this studying and with the home life. Now, if I could tell you, if I could show you a way to create greater harmony and calmness and understanding among you between the parents, between the children and the parents, or between the caregivers and the children, or between the caregivers, it could be any combination of those. Would that be something you'd be interested in knowing? I have a magic wand that can bring a feeling of cooperation, harmony, and greater understanding into your house. And I believe perhaps that is something you feel like you could spend an hour or two out of your busy schedule, get everyone together, have a fun experience, a team building experience, something that's going to bring you all together and make you better understand not only yourself, but everyone else in the family. Wouldn't that be great? Well, that is the whole point of this particular class. We base it, no, I have years of experience understanding how our brains work. And in my studies, I've come across a number of different systems to better understand how the brain works. I've been invited on television numerous times to talk about, for example, how to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's dealing with the deeper core elements of the brain as well. How to keep those elements safe. Well, the higher levels of how our brains operate is at the personality level, but it actually goes deep, deep, deep down into what we call the reptilian brain. It's where our values, where our feelings, where our beliefs, where they all originate and they come out and then create a behavior based on triggering of those particular values. And it's either a reaction that occurs or a response. I want to get you to the place where it is a response, where you, your children, whoever else is in the family there, can respond to behaviors of other people, better understand them, and then respond back in a way that creates a much more close, much more disciplined, much more step-by-step process of creating an environment where if you have to work, you can work. If your children have to study, they will study. I can't guarantee it's going to keep your pets, your dogs, your cats, the snakes, the frogs, all the others behaving properly, because this is more like dealing with human behavior and not animal behavior, even though we are dealing with the deep parts of our animal brains as human beings. So you may wonder, I'm Dr. J, Dr. J Sorting. I've helped hundreds of patients as well get greater clarity about their home situation as well as the situation at work so that they can function more effectively. I have done teaching in many settings. That includes elementary schools. That includes middle schools. That includes high schools. That includes colleges. Each of those environments, I understand how to use this personality typing system to more effectively communicate to the students and to tailor their educational style to the material at hand. And if you're studying in the way you like to study, you're going to be more inclined to study. If you're studying and things are set up in a way that is not your style, it's going to create a lot more difficulty to stay focused and on task. That only makes sense, right? Same thing with work. We all have our styles. So when we're under stress, these stressful situations can cause our brain and our nervous system to respond in certain behavioral ways that are based on the way that we typically operate, kind of how we are hardwired. If two people have different styles of being hardwired, that can create a clash. It could create a harmonious situation as well. But I don't think it's the harmonious situations that you would be seeking help with. I think it's more the conflicts, the difficult situations, the misunderstandings that are occurring day to day, day in, day out, due to the sheltering in place environment. It's so artificial. It's like being in prison, although you have the option to leave. You get to choose what you eat. You can watch whatever you want, right? You can order. I mean, if you have the wherewithal, you can order out. You can have things brought in. That's not the case in prison. However, the fact that you're confined in this space with people you perhaps didn't even choose to be. I mean, birth is a matter of perhaps it's a matter of choice, perhaps it's not. Certainly, children, it might be argued, depending on your religious beliefs, it might be argued that as children, you didn't have a choice of who your parents are. It's almost like being brought up in a circumstance where somebody else decides who you're going to be living with. At any rate, not to belabor the point, but the shelter in place thing can create an artificial setting for many people where you're almost confined like in a prison-like situation. And that creates extreme amount of stress, as you can well imagine. So what is this class about? I've already told you it's about understanding each other's personality styles and being able to communicate in a more effective way so that you can speak with the other person in a way that they're more likely to buy in and you're more likely to feel like cooperating rather than being at butting heads. We provide a safe, fun, step-by-step process that brings the family together, creates more of a team spirit, and it helps people better understand how to communicate with each other based on their personality types. It's effective. I've seen it work thousands of times. And all of this begins in a group setting that we have with our online program. It's specifically created for this online environment that we're in right now. This process helps you acquire the keys to unlock the ability to communicate more effectively with each other and to create more harmony in the family. This will carry on over into the future as well when we are not all locked down with the shelter-in-place environment. So not only is this great for right now in an acute emergency situation, but it will work as something that you can apply over and over again into the future. And after this course, there are more ways that you can learn more, delve more in depth into this whole process, understanding each other. But that's not for right now. Right now, we just want to get a quick start on getting these family dynamics in a much better place. So that's why you're here, because you're having some issues sheltering in place, some conflicts with family, friends, children, students, work environment, etc. If this sounds like something that you want, then make the move right now. Down below, for a very small investment of time and funds, you can have this course, this online course, where I walk you through personally in groups to figure out exactly what personality styles each of you has, and then how we can come up with some ways to better communicate and calm out these turbulent waters we're in right now. So click below and sign up for the program. There's a place down there. Just click below to sign up for this program to help you in this shelter-in-place environment. And I believe it will also help supercharge student success into the future, giving you great tools you can use at work, great tools that your student will be able to apply when they go back to school, and also help them if they are trying to get into colleges elsewhere because of the skill set they will learn based on this. So go ahead, click the button down below and sign up today.